Good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden. It's so good to see you. I'm down here in amongst the flowers in the garden, and I'm really enjoying this morning. It is a kind of overcast day, but it's still so beautiful, and I like it when it's like this because you get to really see the colors of the flowers. So come with me as I go around and look at the different flowers, but I'm going to really hone in on the nasturtiums. Do you remember when I picked up the seeds at Home Depot? Let's go back and take a look as we recall what happened that day. Flower section. The choices. I think I'm going to get some nasturtium, definitely. A pack of nasturtium. Maybe I get 2 packs of nasturtium. I like the idea of the nasturtiums growing amongst the flowers. Yeah, I have plenty of zinnias because they're really flowering now, and in different parts of the garden you're going to see them explode. Like, for example, in the front garden they're much more bigger, robust, and a lot more flowers, whereas in the back garden it's much more smaller. You know, the plants are much more petite, but the flowers are there. And also in the side garden too, they're spreading as well. So let's take a look, and then I also want you to look at the impatiens to see how they're spreading in my garden too. The red and white impatiens there with the cabbage and the celery doing very well. I like how these impatiens are thickening up here. Look at that. That's definitely jewel tone with the white. My cabbage has got some coals, but they're hanging in there. I am really impressed with the celery. I'm gonna have to figure out when I can harvest the celery, but they look good. Pretty. It's just a beautiful day. We're ending this month of June, and we're going to be heading into July. The temperatures are going to start to rise. Right now it's kind of cool in the morning. It's like high 60s, but it's going to go into the 70s and eventually into the 80s. So you're going to see the garden change, and we're moving from the cool pale pastel colors to now the more rich jewel tone colors of the garden. My husband planted these dianthus here, and I think they like it. They will come back next year. We're talking about a jewel tone. That is definitely a jewel tone. So come with me as we walk around and we explore. Good morning, and welcome to Catherine's Garden. I just wanted to take a look at the jewel tones of the nasturtium. Now, nasturtiums are easily grown from seed, and I bought a pack of nasturtiums from Home Depot, and I planted them randomly throughout the garden. So let's go around and explore and see the different nasturtiums and see how they are turning out. Well, first I put them in these pots here. And as you can see, they have circular leaves and with the white veining. And the color that I really see dominating here in these pots are this orangey color. So it just fills out this space here and fills out the pots. So let's see how it looks in the landscape. Alright, so here in this bed I planted the nasturtiums, and this is a variegated nasturtium. And you could tell that the flowers are a little more paler. They're not as jewel-toned as the others. But it's a good spreader. Look at how it's spreading out and thickening up. Now this, I believe, is from the jewel tone pack. That is definitely looking like rubies. And they are definitely spreading here. I like the variegation in the leaves. And because I'm not really doing a lot of gardening on this side, they're actually filling in this space very well. I like this. I might have to transplant some of the nasturtiums that are in the front yard here so that they can have room to grow. I also planted the nasturtiums in this bed. Now this bed doesn't get as much sun, and you can see them kind of leaning there. And it's flowering. It's still that same orangey color here. But here are my tomatoes. And it's amazing how this side of the tomatoes are doing very well. And over here, these have not grown very much. But this one, these tomatoes here on this side, they're already starting to form little baby tomatoes. Look at that. It's very nice. Now I planted these nasturtiums on this side here in the front bed, and I'm going to have to move them because they really like it here, but this is where my watermelons are going to be. But check out the flowers. They're a little different from the ones in the back. Here's some of the orange flowers too. Now I like this with the little spots of orange in the flower because it blends very well with this other jewel tone. And you can see it just taking over this corner here. Very nice. I like how that looks. Look at that. I am going to have to move some, but I wanted to share that with you. Look at the dianthus. And then also I have the hot peppers in this bed, and they are forming. This is the jalapeno pepper. and they are already starting to flower, so I'm going to have some. And then check out my watermelon plant here. It's vining. See, so that's why I'm going to have to move these, because the watermelons are going to need the space. But in the meantime, we're enjoying them. The jewel tones. Look at this one. It really loves it here. And it's just trailing. But I love the flowers. I think I'm going to just give them their space for a little bit, and then I'm going to have to move them because they're right in the front. But it's very pretty. And I just wanted to point out again these ground cover roses. This is the best they've ever looked. Look at that. Just filling up this space. My sweet peppers are still doing very well here in this corner. They like it here. And they're growing nice and tall. I like that. This is what the garden looks like for today. New day. Today is Thursday. And notice that the hydrangea, this particular hydrangea bush, is actually releasing a lot of blooms. And my roses here are pretty much finished. They're going into a new cycle. But what's coming in now are the hydrangea flowers, but not throughout the whole garden, because this particular one has not bloomed. Last year I had so many flowers on this one, but this year I only can observe one, but it's so beautiful. Look at that. That's okay. There's a time for everything. The leaves are just so pretty, so it giving me a different look. I like that with the Pachysandra, and this is Pachysandra right here. That's a ground cover, and also the fern and the impatiens, the white impatiens with the bishop weed. This is bishop weed. And to me, the way that the bishop weed is like circulating around this bed, it almost looks like a crown. And that the leaves of the hydrangea looks to me like hair, you know. And also with the fern. So it looks like a lady's, she has on a crown. And then she styled her hair out, put it a bun on the top, and her hair is hanging out at the back. You have to have an imagination to be able to see that. Well, if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. comment down below. Is your garden changing? Do you observe different changes happening in your garden? And I know that in different regions of the country, and some of you have actually experienced everything I'm experienced much more sooner because you're right now into the hot temperatures. Well, we're still experiencing the cool temperatures, so it's coming. I know it's coming. Well, as I said, if you like this video, then like, share, and subscribe. Make sure that you leave a comment down below. And see you next time in Catherine's Garden. Bye. Stay tuned for more flowers and more displays of jute-tone colored plants in the garden. And thank you so much for watching. Thank you for blessing me with your time. Have a wonderful day. Bye from Catherine's Garden.